Good evening, everybody, and welcome to MRC Tier 3 on a Wednesday night with myself and the wonderful encyclopedia of Formula One, the Silverstone Slayer. Biticus Carl Edens is with me. Hello, Carl.
You had to do it, didn't you? You had to do it at one point, the flipping Biticus thing. You had to do it, but yeah, I'm here as well.
Arise, Sir Biticus. Hello, everybody, and welcome to what will be a fantastic event in the sweaty Kingdom of Singapore. Not sure if that's the technical right term for it, but, you know, that's what we're going with, the sweaty kingdom. Now then, Tier 3, we have just a handful of races to go in this season, and, well, what a season it's been. Do you want to have a little talk through here, Carl? Because I know you're absolutely desperate to talk about the crucial permutations of this race.
Well, I have made some quick notes, because obviously sometimes notes are a bit rough and scribbly and quick, but Toby currently leads the championship on 197, whereas Kaiser Soze, his nearest rival, is on 117, which is a gap of 80 points. Now, for Kaiser to keep his championship hopes going, he has to outscore Toby by 2 or more points, whereas Toby, I would say, would just have to need to finish ahead of Kaiser to clinch the title here tonight.
So what we're saying here is, under the lights, Toby could be dancing in the moonlight.
Pretty much.
Now, I'm not going to sing Dancing in the Moonlight, but he could also be the Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Gav's retired. In fact, let's jump forward with Toby. He's lost it. Oh, wow. That's an awkward place to avoid. Ah, he will be most disappointed to have lost it there. That is such a shame. But let's jump on board. Actually, we're on board with Toby, who is the first car to set a lap, I believe. Let's jump on board with the Swedish Meatball for a lap of the Marina Bay Circuit. Here we go, heading down, DRS open, 75 metres, slam on the brakes, kiss that inside curb, ride the second curb, and then just hit the late apex on turn 3. Pitch perfect from the Toadmeister. Now turn 4, Little King into 5. You want to take the curb aggressively inside, let the car run wide, get on the throttle early. DRS, get that flap open wide, and head down into probably the hardest braking zone of the track. 75 metres, swing it in, get on the throttle early, use that curb to direct the car. Brake early for this one. That light box is your brake point. Keep it tight. You do not want to risk hitting the wall. Now, this is a tricky corner. You can trip up very easily. You just don't want to hit the outside wall. Otherwise, you're golden. Now, the old Singapore sling. The old corner is clumsy. This one flows a lot better. And into the chicane. Again, that inside curb, Toby avoids it. If you hit it, it will throw you into the wall, over the Anderson Bridge, and into the tight hairpin. Next up, another DRS zone. Get that flap open. Head down into another heavy braking zone. Good overtaking opportunity this. Keeps it nice and tight. You can take a late or an early apex to hit. It doesn't matter. It's as long as you are clean on your exit. Now, big curves here. Again, you don't want to take them too aggressively. Ooh, Toby gets a bit of the floor on it and just keeps out the wall there. Heavy braking as he comes under the grandstand. Cracking feature this. Big fan of that. Wall sticks out a little bit here, but Toby just avoids it into the chicane. Now, penultimate corner underway, into the final corner, little lift, downshift, and throws it in, gets on the throttle, and his first lap, a 38.7, cracking lap. That's a great banker from Toby. He is really hungry to take the title.
Well, I won't put it past him doing it, because obviously he had a brilliant showing in Tier 2 on Monday, pole in the wet, and he went on to do a lights to flag win in Tier 2.
Indeed, he had a fantastic race.
So I would say he's probably shown his cards a little bit too much and too early, to be honest.
No harm in that. Now, I just need to say welcome back to Jay, the third fastest driver in Rotherham. Dak convertible in Dan McLaren tonight. Welcome back, Jay. And his fellow Rotherhamer, I believe you were teammates with him last week, were you not, is El Bufio. So we've got a double Rotherham in Tier 3 this week.
Yeah, the troublesome 2-0 back together again in Tier 3.
Nobody is safe with those two around. This is a run on board with Dora the Explorer in the Alpha Tauri. So, oh, he's running that fish helmet. Oh, dearie me. Anywho, so Singapore.
I take it you're not a fan of it.
No. Well, I do like it, but it reminds me of Magikarp, the Pokemon.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's a lot wrong with it. It's a pointless Pokemon unless you get a Gyarados. But that's talk for Japan, which is the race next week, so we can't talk any more about that because that's next week. Anyway, although Singapore and Japan, fairly close. We'll save the Pokemon talk for another week. Although, actually coming back to Japan, Honda Racing, as we see the sponsorship on the side of the car there, is the engine of the Alpha Tauri. Well, anyway, we'll come back to that. So, Singapore, have you got any standout moments from the Marina Bay Circuit, Bitticus?
Well, the first one that comes to mind, controversially in every way, shape, manner or whatnot, would have to be that labelled as Crashgate. That's literally the first thing that comes into my mind every single time when somebody mentioned the word Singapore.
Yeah, Nelson Piquet Jr., Fernando Alonso and the Renault F1 team under Flavio Briatore did not do themselves any favours that day. Well, actually I lie, Alonso did because he got a race win, but everyone else, no. Doris goes P4 on the mediums, by the way. It's a very good lap. 40-0.
Speaking of Crashgate, Chris, you know how Gav DNF'd early in the qualifying? I've just noticed he put master plan commences.
I think that's him trying to cover his blushes. Gavin?
Probably.
Shame on you, my friend. Shame on you.
Probably possible Crashgate there. From the resident Rangers fan? No, wait, that's not right, is it?
I heard he supports Dunfermline or Dundee United. Dak Convertible is back on track. Now, let's just watch the McLaren slither about on the streets of Singapore.
No, you didn't need to do a PK, Gav.
No, I mean, actually, Gav, if you were going to do a PK, you did it one corner too late. You need to do it out with the chicane prior to the tunnel, little bridge section, not under the grandstand itself. You were one corner too late. You failed. Dak Convertible, purple first sector, by the way. Cracking first sector for the returning Rotherham man. Singer Sling, Gavin says, I think we should change Singapore to Rappaport or Singer Rich.
Whatever suits you.
Indeed. Gav's now trying to claim it had been too obvious to have done a PK at PK corner. Well, you are Scottish, so you are going to overthink every situation. Anyway, Dak Convertible, purple. So Dak Convertible, we're going to call him Da Purple. Where is...
Well, Booth is
very
just
wise!
Purple in the first sector as well.
Dakon's lost a huge amount of time coming into the corner du Piquet. Martin has said hello in the jumble chat, and he is running no assist today. We'll come back to him and his shiny thing. I'm not going to say much more. Here we go. Dakon goes P6 for the 40.0. He lost a lot of time in that final sector. A lot. Ghost right there. The French race there. I was backing you last week, Ghosty, and you didn't win. I was backing you for a win. Win tonight. Rob Smith, his teammate. He had a good race last week up until the moment where he dropped it, unfortunately. Gav now says we should talk about planes in safety car chat. Are you assuming that there's going to be safety cars in Singapore? That's a bold statement, is it not?
He must be a plane spotter.
I heard that he is. But, crucially, Singapore and safety cars, you never ever get those together.
Booth is just slotted in at P8.
Indeed. Lord of the Booth. His name's Dan, by the way, everyone. I thought his name should have been something like Brett. But no, it's Dan. It's a bit boring, isn't it? Dan. If your name's Dan, please complain.
Oh no!
Complain to me.
Complains in the general chat. A380-777-747.
That's just plain boring. That's plain rude, Gav. Toby is...
Apparently safety car chat's got to be to do with planes.
Don't you worry, I'll come up with some plane chat. I've got some. I know everything. Toby has just seen the bar that he's raised for everyone else and just tipped it a little bit higher. He's now done a 38.3. Rotterdam, Rasha. Hello, Rasha in P2 in the Red Bull. 39.6. His teammate, Jackster, has also done a 39.6. But Connor, in the Alfa Romeo, you guessed it, has done a 39.6. Oh, Connor's getting squirrely!
Ooh, good catch, good catch.
Now, there's a word for Connor. It begins with bottle, it ends in job, and... yeah.
Well, weren't you one on Monday?
No. We don't talk about Bruno. Oh, no. For those of you who know Encanto and Disney. And if you don't, well, live a little. Now, I want to give Giban a shout out. Okay? Shema Giban. I want to give you a shout out, my friend, because you were reserving in Tier 1 a fair bit this season. You raced here again on Monday in Tier 1. Did yourself proud. Oh, Giban! No, the commentator curse comes in again! No! Right,
Glad
okay.
that weren't me.
Let's move on swiftly. Well done, Giban. Now, single tracks on the way out of his pits in a French baguette. We don't want to see that. Scratch Charisma, Karim Benzema. He says he's done no practice, and he's dropped in the final corner and hit the wall. You know what? He might be right. He's reversing over the line and goes P14. Still better than Night Shadow. Dan Brett Chad Booth says it's Toby cheating. Shush now, Chad Booth.
None of that.
Chad.
None of that.
He's Chad. Gav's just called me Bruno Senna Bailey. I mean, are you trying to say... Oh, the Scratch has lost it again. Scratchy. Anyway, who can we find on a lap? RS10, Rasha Rotterdam's on a lap. Right. Biticus. We've got 5 minutes of this qualifying session left. Where has that time gone?
Nowhere, that's where.
Oh, that's not true, Bit. It's disappeared somewhere. Because it's not here. He's gone. Right. Rasha, I think, is a dark horse for the win today. Toby looks rather quick. But don't... Oh my days. Rasha's improving his lap, but Rob Smith, P2 with a 39.6. Right, can we have some other times than a 39.6? Because 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th all done a 39.6. Half a tenth separates all of them. Ridiculous.
And then you got like a 39.9, and then it's into the 40s, and then 41s, and then you got Geke on a 48.
RS10 and 39.5. So he jumps out the 39.6s into a 39.5. Good job. Good job. Right. Kaiser says he's in the pits. He needs to hurry back on track. Doris. He's still on his mediums, plodding round. My friend, get on the softs. Dakon is on his outlap. Ghost Rider is... I'm not sure what he's doing. He's starting a lap.
Starting a flying lap.
I'm too busy watching our favourite Frenchman. Ghost Rider. Bonjour, monsieur. Allez. Here we go. There's so many different lines you can take in turns 1, 2 and 3. So much aggression you can take in. However, if you take too much aggression, you will end up in the wall. Now, actually, the bit of track we're on here, coming back to Singapore memories, didn't Mr. Michael Schumacher go into the back of Vitantonio Liuzzi on this straight?
He went into the back of someone. My memory is a bit fuzzy with certain things, and it probably was the Liuzzi. I don't know completely off of that.
Wow.
just simple, outbroke himself and near enough took off over the back of the car.
I would say it's an error of judgment for someone of his pedigree. Pretty poor. But Ghost Rider doesn't have such a problem. He's keeping it nice and neat. Aston Martin getting out of the way nicely. Where is Ghost Rider at the end of the second sector? That's a purple sector. He's 8/10 up. This will put him somewhere around the second or third row maybe. Let's find out. Lovely aggression on the way into the sausage, or Gav's calling them cucumber curbs. Can he avoid doing a Gav and dropping it under the grandstand? Yes, he can. The Frenchman in the German machine, the alliance you never thought we'd need, heading into the final corner. He throws it in, gets on the throttle early. It's a 1:39.0. What a lap from the Ghost. The Ghost of Christmas past. Rob Smith is on the way out. He's going to have to really hurry to get his lap in. Connor Harding, the Alfa Romeo. You've got some words you could share with us about Connor. Well, let's follow him around and watch his lap. You can curse him this time. He loves to curse you.
Well, he's only coming to the end of his current lap.
Yeah, it's an outlap. He's on a lap now.
Yeah.
Talk us through it, Bitty.
I'll jump on board with him then. So Connor, flick into 1, 2, and then 3. Going on the power ease. Run down through 4. Into 5. And as soon as the line activates, DRS open. Then you got a little kink of 6. Then round 7. And then black box for 8. Leaving the track number, corner numbers 9. Into 10. 11 and 12. 13. Come out it on the exit, DRS line again. He's 2/10 down on this lap. Coming into the final sector, Toby's just gone slightly quicker on a 38.2.
Incredible lap.
Oh, there's a wall there, Connor. Yeah, he's backed out of it because he clipped the wall coming into the final sector.
Let's see where Kaiser Soze can go. Ghost Rider's aboard to his lap. Kaiser Soze comes under the grandstand. What can he do? He goes round the penultimate corner into the final corner. I love this final corner. Absolutely love it. Here he goes. 39.1. Ooh, this track's ramping up, and so is everybody's confidence, quite clearly. Now then, Toby, as you say, he's got a new lap in. He's not going to get another one in.
Ooh.
Rob Smith and one of the Williams drivers.
There was a McLaren involved as well.
I believe that was Sambal.
Probably lack of communication amongst all 3 drivers. I don't know, because...
Oh no, was it Ryan?
I don't know, because all 3 cars in one part of the track, and Rob, I think, who was on a flying lap at the time, was trying to get round by the car and either got a light tap out the corner or dropped it himself.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I'm sure we'll hear about that in stewarding. But for now, we'll let that one go. We only have Rob Smith, Ryan of Redcar, and Single Trackers left to sit their laps.
Single track's invalidated, so he'll probably be boxing after this.
Lovely jubbly. Which means surely we have reached the end of this qualifying session. Indeed so. That means Toby with back-to-back poles in Tier 2 and Tier 3 at the Marina Bay Circuit. with Kaiser P3, obviously Toby P1, it's not a done deal by any means. Anything can happen. But this does look rather like Toby is in a fantastic position to wrap up the title.
Well, he's got part 1 right.
He has indeed. So, Bitty, my friend, where in the world are you placing your vote of confidence tonight? Who are you backing?
Well, with his performance on Monday and being part of that as well, even though I never seen him at all on track, and he's had his eyes set on clinching the title here and now since the race just gone, and he's proper hungry for it, so I can't really bet against Toby.
Yeah, he looks like a safe bet. I'm going to go with Ghost Rider though. I'm going to be different. So, Toby, as we mentioned, is on pole. Alongside him, the Frenchman, the Ghost Rider, Kaiser Soze, keen to keep his title ambitions alive. And then Russia Rotterdam P4, Rob Smith in P5, Connor P6, Jackster P7. His remarkable comeback after his big injury. Doris P8, 9th Dacoverse on his return, and then 10th is Boothie. The rest of the grid forms up with B17, Scratch Charisma, Rekar Rambo, Ty Clear, Sambal, Single Track, Giban, Stringy B, Gecko Matthews, and of course, the crashing Banshee is P20. Wowzer. So, I'm going with hello Gecko in the chat. I'm going with Ghost Rider as my potential race winner. You are going with Tobias, as you've mentioned. Pop up in the YouTube chat and say hello and who you're backing.
Looks dry.
Well, for now, you know full well from Tier 2 that it can look dry, but things can change.
Don't remind me about Tier 2, it was a nightmare.
Listen here, Sunshine. Tier 1 last season had it where it was heavy rain. Followed with a sprinkling of heavy rain. And then just as we thought it was all going to slowly settle down, more rain.
So you practically had monsoon conditions?
We had conditions akin to the 2017 race here, where I believe Vettel, Verstappen, Raikkonen, Alonso all took each other out, and Hamilton threw himself up the inside and went, see you later. Oh, we've got a Red Bull round!
RS10! RS down.
Russia!
Dropped it off of the formation.
Oh dear.
Luckily you don't get damage on formation laps, so dust off the embarrassment and get your composure back.
Exactly. Now is the time to drop it if you're going to drop it. Now then, most importantly, this track here is such a humid hot track, but of course these boys need to get the tyres up to temperature. It will not take them long. Provided there's no safety cars, this should be a one-stop race. Let's have a quick look at who's on what tyres, because, that makes a difference. So, Bitty, talk us through the tyres that people have selected.
Well, as you can probably have a guess, majority of the grid are on hards. The only ones to be starting on the medium tyres, you've got Jackster P7, who's the first person on the grid to have the mediums. You got the two Rotherham boys, Dacon and Boothie, on the mediums in 9th and 10th. And then the last one on the mediums is Martin, single track in P16. Apart from that, everybody else has gone for the harder rubber.
Indeed, no one going for the softs. The softs typically last here, 6-7 laps if you're lucky. Hards can do anything around 22 laps if you're careful, and the mediums can do 14-15 if you're careful. Although, all the compounds of tyre, once you get past 40% wear, just feel like you're on ice. Such a hugely tyre sensitive track, this.
And with no margin for error, you need to really be on full focus.
I concur. You definitely do. Toby's really got on with it, got to the grid easy peasy lemon squeezy. everyone else is still halfway around my lap. I'm no joking, of course. They are just forming up now. He's just a little bit ahead. He's keen to get going.
Telling me he's a bit keen. He wants to wrap this up here and now, and he wants to move on.
I don't blame him. I think it's fair to say Toby's looking forward to the opportunity to try and step up a tier and prove himself. Based upon his tier 2 performance of the day, we know he will have a good chance. But the grid has set. Let's get rid of the features and watch the lights, which are surely coming, unless we have a glitch. Please don't work. Please don't glitch. Aha! Finally, we are going. So, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are racing at the Marina Bay circuit. Toby off of pole. Why is the AWS graphic come up now? Toby from pole with a great getaway. Rob Smith just drops back slightly. Oh, nearly collision on the inside. Kaiser Soze in RS10. Rotterdam having a bit of a close one there. Oh no, Rob Smith's gone round. And then we got Haas round. Is that Boofy? No, it's Stringy B.
I think Stringy.
It's the Stringy man. The cheese string has dropped it, unfortunately.
Yellow flag at turn 5.
Indeed.
Involving a McLaren and a Red Bull, which would be Jackster and Gecko.
Indeed, Gecko's just a little bit further back. Jackster is still in the pack. Oh, we've got a Ferrari in the Alpine round. It's single track and Gibbon. Oh, again, I'm sure we'll hear more about these collisions later on in the evening. Back to the front, of course. So, Toby, the barn door, running away. Look at him already. Look at the lead he's already got. He got a great getaway and he's just disappeared.
He's had his Weetabix.
He has. Look at the trailing pack.
Weetabix in Sweden?
Well, they've got many things. They've got ABBA. Oh no! Dak Convertibles dropped it! He's got it going again. He's lost 3 or 4 positions in doing so. Oh no! Oh! B17 just hit the wall, just caught downstream. Oh, that's surely a safety car. We've got a VSC, we don't have a full safety car yet.
Yeah, VSC. There's a VSC on the light board, so.
Indeed, apologies everyone.
Obviously the game is thinking that's not where the other 4, which is surprising.
Apologies everyone if you hear me coughing and spluttering like a Alfa Romeo from the 1980s. It's because I'm not very well, so please excuse me. Anywho, we have a VSC.
I thought it was Gavin Connor's car. Then I could hear coughing and spluttering.
Well, I would have said it was a Red Bull from any of the Renault and early Honda era periods, but you know, we're back underway at full race speed and power. Now then, Toby, if anything, has extended further under that VSC. I'm not sure if he's pushed it or if everyone else has just played safe, but Toby's already 3.5 seconds clear of the Ghost, closely chased down by RS10 as they come over the Anderson Bridge. Do you want to know my favourite fact about the Anderson Bridge?
Shoot.
Okay, there is a substation underneath that bridge, and apparently there is a minuscule little period of that bridge where drivers, if they changed gear when they first raced here, it would break the gearbox to shut it down and therefore force the car to retire. They've since worked it out, and it's like an electric substation, and they've managed to get rid of it. Ooh, track limit penalty for Stringy B already, so that's really not good for him. It's likely there'll be a safety car at some point. That will not help him. Toby's got his foot down, he's getting on with it. DRS enabled, let's stick with the fight between 2nd, 3rd and 4th.
Stringy's dropped it again.
Oh, he's done a PK. No, not a PK, I lie. It's not a PK. Ooh.
And he's tried to get the car pointing in the right direction and took his wing off, so he'll be boxing. Oh, he's DNF'd on the pit entry. He missed just a turn.
No, that'll surely be a safety car. Surely.
He's on the runoff, so I'm not sure if it will. So I don't think there will be.
So it's lap 3.
He
we've already lost 2 cars.
He turned in on the pit entry, and he must have turned in a bit too early and just clipped the wall, part of the wall that sticks out.
Easily done. Toby, by the way, is 4.7 seconds clear after 2.5 laps. Ghost Rider slowly trying to eke away from RS10. He needs to break that DRS gap. Kaiser Soze just keeping in close quarters as well. This is already looking very good for the Swede.
Evening, Calvin. Just seen that in the YouTube chat.
Hello, Calvi. Let's just get the grid position to race position change up. So the big winner off the start here, surprise, surprise, is Night Shadow. 8 places up from last to 12th. Notable mentions as well, Red Car Rambo and Ty Clear both 5 places up.
Rob Smith's round, sorry to interrupt.
And so is the Alpha Tauri of Doris. Just caught that there. That's a shame. Oh dear. It's very hot, this track. Very hot air temperature, very humid place. And if you get these tyres a bit too warm, they're done for. Okay, so who's close on track we can find?
That's Think Convertible made a mistake.
Yeah, he's got it going again now, but he has dropped down the order. So RS10 within DRS of Ghost Rider is the closest battle on track right now. Well, it's one of the closest, I lie. It's one of the closest. Let's drop back a little bit further. Kaiser Soze just keeping him in sight. Then you've got a bit of a gap to Connor. Boothie and Ryan of Red Car just in close proximity to them as well.
Got a few trains forming because obviously it is difficult to overtake.
It is. Ooh, Ty Clear's had a moment coming onto the Anderson Bridge, and that's allowed Doris to get through. Scratch Charisma through. Jackson nearly gets through, but oh my days, Night Shadow lost 2 positions out of that. Having to avoid him.
Yeah, the Alpha Tauri probably got a line wrong and it caught the Alfa Romeo out.
Indeed, Ty Clear just getting back ahead of Scratch on the way down out of the DRS zone. That was chaotic. Scratch was in Tier 1 just 2 seasons ago, by the way, so we know that Scratch does have pace. Toby just setting fastest lap after fastest lap. He's pushing, but he's clearly holding back because he's got enough pace in the tyres and the ERS to keep himself improving his lap time. By the way, Night Shadow having a look at the inside of Jackster. Oh, in the final corner, and he wisely backs out of that one. Ty Clear hits and gets a penalty speeding in the pit lane. No, Ty Clear. Okay, so lap 5. We've lost 2 cars. We've got a few fights going on. It's been rather calm so far. For Singapore. Any other track, this is chaotic, but for Singapore, this is calm. So, Singapore is one of the newer tracks in terms of the street tracks, Carl. Is it one of your preferred tracks out of those newer street circuits you've got, or is it not one of them?
Me and any street circuit is a no-no because I just can't find the confidence with these street circuits because of how narrow and close. There's like very little room for error, so I don't feel comfortable at street circuits. So when you ask me about street circuits, it's no to all of them really, apart from like the ones that are technically hybrids like Australia and Canada.
What about for watching them
though? Watching Monaco, I would say, is the worst.
Okay, but would you say Singapore is up there to watch out of all the street circuits?
I'll put Singapore up there as definite one to watch because we've had a few good races here over this seasons that it's been here. I mean, obviously I've enjoyed it more with the watching the Vettel dominance at Singapore, so Yeah, kind of enjoyed that a little bit too much because of that.
Well, the Vettel dominance, that's one way of describing it. I prefer to think of that being the Red Bull car being illegally good and no one else having their stuff sorted out. Speaking of things being illegally good, Toby 6.5 seconds clear and we're not even on the 7th lap yet.
He's just doing what he needs to do.
And what would that be?
Clinch the title.
Well, yeah, you're right. Right now he's absolutely flying. I'm loving the helicopter shot, just watching RS10 from the overhead camera. And I love the fact that in this game they finally allow us to have proper cameras, and then we lose it, damn it.
Yeah, I've just dropped down the order and got a helicopter view with the three-way battle with Jackster, Scratch, and Night Shadow, 9th, 10th and 11th.
Yes, we're looking over... Oh, Scratch, you got very scratchy squirrely on the exit. Does that give Gav the opportunity? The Alfa Romeo not quite close enough, though. Jackster running low on the ERS. Let's bring up the telemetry. Let's see who's running low on the juice. Yes, that does mean we're looking at Gav's juice if anyone's questioning it. By the way, Gav listened to us. We've said so many times about his Rangers helmet. He's got a green and white helmet now for Celtic. Oh, he listens.
With a splash of gold, I think.
What? Gold? Celtic? Nah.
Oh, Rob Smith's gone round again.
He's got no front wing. He'll be bringing that Mercedes in for a stop, and Geke's dropped further down the order, right at the back. He's had a couple of spins again.
Oh, good catch by Scratch there, but it's allowed Gav to steal the position from under him, like taking candy from a baby.
Now then, Gav likes to run low wings. Has he got low wings here? It doesn't look like it. His straight line speed is not quick, so I'm thinking he's gone high downforce. This is weird for Gav.
Well, it is strange to have a sensible Banshee for once.
Well, I don't say he was sensible, just less daft.
Less daft than what? How much? Less daft than what?
Yeah, it sounds to me like Gav's maybe just trying to finish the race rather than just kick off down the straights in speed and power. Now then, Scratch Charisma just started to drop back off of Gav there, we're noticing now. And Jackster, he's not losing time to Gav either. He's got a sensible gap to him. He's in the Alfa Romeo sandwich behind Connor. Now then, Connor. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Oh, Gibbon's dropped it.
Ferrari, that's Gibbon.
Yep. Oh, Scratch has dropped it.
Scratch has dropped it, yep.
Oh, it doesn't look like he's got damage, but he's done a PK. It's the PK moment, everybody. Oh dear.
He's kept it going though, so not a PK moment.
Not quite. Okay, so Toby update everyone, because that's what we're doing now. We're doing Toby updates. Toby's 8.3 seconds clear of second place. This does feel a bit unnecessary, Toby. Slow down a little bit, please, mate.
It's like his remember when he ran away with it in Monaco earlier in the season? It's a bit like that.
I do recall. Ghost Rider P2.
Simba's made a valid point. You can't put Gavin sensible in the same sentence.
Look, I was trying to be fair and level-headed, but let's be real.
He's correcting me on that, so yeah.
Who are you currently watching, Carl?
I'm sticking with the Gavin Jackster battle because these two are no stranger to each other, because they've had some good ding-dongs in Tier 3 over the season, these two.
Ooh, Jackster very thoroughly out of the hairpin.
Convertible speeding in pit lane exit. It's came up with pit lane exit.
Indeed. Oh, and he's dropped it at turn 3. Just having come out of the pits, cold tyres, he has dropped it. Oh dear. Ooh, Just noticed Jackster on board with him and Gav still. Jackster's losing a lot of grip behind Connor.
I think that'll be mainly down to the dirty air, as we have a new driver to get the fastest lap.
Indeed, well done, Doris, well done. Although, lap 9 and Toby is 9 seconds clear. Let's stick with the battle of the 2 Alfa Romeos and the Red Bull of Jackster. As they come onto the DRS section, is there going to be a move on Connor? Let's look from the back of the Alfa Romeo. Connor's got plenty of ERS. Is he just trying to back Jackster into Gav? Oh, what a move! Wow, that was a late move. Late move, but Jackster just holds on. Now Gav goes on the outside. Great driving. Wow.
I think Jackster was sensible there because he had a bit of a narrow entry going into that corner, so he probably played the sensible option and allowed Gav through because Gav had a better line through the corner. So instead of putting Gav round, he just decided to back off and let the Alpha through, I would take.
Yeah, I think right now Connor, oh look at him, Connor's struggling for traction. Sure, the Alphas are going to swap positions here.
Team orders.
Indeedy. And that's Gav through, but here comes Jackster! Ooh.
He thought about it.
He did, he had to back out of that, he got a bit too much clout on the curb. Right, let's have a little flick through. Back to the front, Toby just starting lap 10. He is 9.3 seconds clear of P2. Okay, Ghost Rider still hanging on to P2. RS10 and Kaiser are in close proximity. However, a move hath not been made.
Ryan of Red Car is looking to line up Boothie into the first DRS zone.
Yeah, he's in the Mighty Williams as well. Oh yeah, he's got it easy. He's got to watch out as Boothie because Doris is coming up the rear. Ryan does like the street circuits and he's a big fan of this track.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a better race and a bit of redemption for his race in Tier 2.
And Tier 1, he crashed out in Tier 1.
Yeah, he did crash out in Tier 1. He was, I think he was the only one that really gave Toby any trouble on Monday in Tier 2.
Yeah, Ryan was 3rd race of the week, and I think he's down for Tier 4. He'll definitely be down for Rex on Friday, unless he's doing comms on it. Ryan's a very big fan of this track.
Staying out the way.
Yeah, I think that's Geke.
Yeah.
So Doris has caught the back of Boothie here. Boothie will need to use Ryan to drag him along with DRS. Ryan has the pace.
That's not going to help Jackster's cause in this race. He's just picked up 3 seconds.
Indeed. Now, RS10 is closer to Ghost Rider than he's been all race, and Ghost Rider's out of ERS. RS10 has plenty. Are we going to see a move this lap, do you think? I think this is time. Exactly. I think we could see a move this lap. Russia has pace. We saw him do a crazy stint on the tyres last time out. He managed to take a set of hard tyres in front. Something stupid like 22, 23 laps. And then they got a puncture. Here we go. He's using the DRS now. DRS. Wide open. Here comes the Red Bull versus the Mercedes. We've seen this before a few times.
Jackster around the outside.
RS10 does a switchback. Doesn't quite get... Oh, big twitch! If it wasn't for the twitch, he could have got the run.
That Mercedes has got some straight line speed on it because it took the Red Bull quite a bit of time to get alongside.
Indeed. Now, look behind Kaiser Soze. He smells blood. Of course, he's got to perform to keep the title alive. Also... Ooh, oh no, Kaiser's in ahead. He's just got moved on.
Made a mistake and Kaiser's gone through.
I just went to switch to another fight thinking no one was making a move there. Well, Kaiser Soze's had me pants down.
I think it was mainly from a mistake from the Red Bull and the Alpine just slipped through.
Indeed, slip and slide. Let's drop back. So Ryan is slowly pulling away from Boothie. Boothie's holding off Doris. stay on board the AlphaTauri behind the Haas. Looking at the back of that Haas hole. Speaking of the Haas, what's your view on the new Haas livery?
Well, funnily enough, I messaged Martin because he would have known where I was going with it.
Oh, sorry, Carl. Just seen Doris making a move on booth into turn 1.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, he's bailed out.
Ooh,
sorry, you were saying?
The gearbox of the Haas there. But I messaged Martin with a picture of the new Haas, followed by a picture of one of the Porsches from Formula E, because the liveries look quite similar.
It is.
But I may be the minority on this one. I'm not a fan, really.
No.
I think it's the massive sponsor on the engine cover that kind of ruins it for me.
It reminds me of the black Sauber we had about 10 years ago, mixed with the Haas of last year. Ooh, Boothie's gone very wide at the old Singapore Slam. Now then,
what you're saying...
So you go. Oh, Ryan's dropped it on the Anderson Bridge. So is Doris about to pick up 2 places for the price of 1? No, he's not close enough. You were saying, Carl?
So what you're saying is the 2023 Haas is... What you're saying is a Sauber has literally driven into the back of... What was the other car you said? It was a looked like
last year's Haas. Oh, virtual safety car.
I wonder if that was for...
I think it might be for Ryan trying to get it going again. Can't see anyone else stationary on track. This is good actually. If you want a mediums right now, this is the perfect time to pit. You're going to get a cheap pit stop.
Booth is in. He's the first of the medium runners. So I wonder if the others will take his route to the pits.
I definitely would. If you want a mediums, get in the box now. VSC's ended. He'll still save some time, but not as much as he'd have hoped.
Ryan's also pitted as well for repairs.
Yes, wise move. Ghost Rider just started to eke away again. Keita Soze now having to defend from Aristan.
Jax just kept going on those mediums, so probably he's thought, well, the VSC's ended now, I might as well carry on going round, especially when he's got 3 seconds to Boothie after Boothie's stop.
Indeedy.
A yellow in 1, that's a McLaren getting out of the way of quicker cars.
So, bear in mind, it's lap 13, coming to the end of lap 13, Toby is over 15.5 seconds clear. This is borderline dominance. You mentioned about the Vettel dominance in the Red Bull era when he absolutely walked it here. I remember Vettel was half a minute clear, then there was a safety car bringing Hamilton and co close to him. This when Hamilton was in McLaren, and then he pulled over half a minute clear again.
Yeah, I may get a bit of stick from Toby here, but I'm finding it slightly boring.
Yeah, I will not lie to you. MRC is never boring. However, this race does need a safety car, and Toby does not want that because he's running away. But the rest of us need a safety car. Something to liven us up. We're nearly halfway into this race. And there's not a lot. Oh, we've got a yellow flag in the first sector. Nope, it's gone.
Brief one, so whoever it was weren't in trouble for long.
Two DNFs in the first sequence of laps. I was expecting more damage, more destruction, more than the 2 VSCs. Sorry, I'm giving Toby a bit of airtime just because he is leading dominantly, and that's the only way he's going to get any airtime with all the battles he won't have today. Unless it's a safety car. Safety car, please! Now, Ghosty dropping back into the clutches of Keita Soze. Oh, Kaiser nearly taking him out into the hairpin. Just keeps it clean.
Connor's round, I think that's Connor round in the Alpha, because the Alpha further up the road is probably Gav. So I bet that was Connor that was round, because Boothie's right off his chuff, as he would say. Obviously, Boothie on fresh hards, whereas Connor's on the used hards. Seems to have quietened down, hasn't it, Chris, since the opening few laps?
It is. I'm just trying to look through the gaps to see where I can find something. I have found something. So obviously, like I say, Connor and Boothie is the only thing on track, really. Well, actually, like Rob Smith, single track, it's not far apart.
And obviously you got the battle for P2, because obviously P1 practically signed, sealed and done with.
Is it? It is. Oh, got a yellow flag.
It's looking like that, isn't it?
Oh, Decades had a moment.
Boothie's just got Connor, obviously the fresher rubber helping him, plus DRS.
Indeedy. Let's say I'm with Connor and Boothie. I can't see anywhere better right now to look.
The only other battle, to be honest, Chris, would be the battle for second with Ghost Rider, Kaiser and RS Dan, but they've been in that order for the last few laps, just going around following each other, because I don't think either one of them can really get a run on the other car.
Yeah, so Connor dropping back. Connor, I thought Connor from practice was liking this track, but I'm getting the impression today he's just not having it his own way. Let's watch Ty Clear and red car of the Rambo. Ooh, Ty Clear's gone very wide. Ryan's on much newer tyres, having had that early pit stop for the damage.
Plus the medium, so once as convertible has decided to go for a stint on the softs, got nothing to gain or nothing to lose being down there in 17th.
Indeed.
Thought it was Martin that had gone round at the turn 13 chicane.
Ooh. Here we go. Rob Smith is side by side with Sam Bowles, turn 1.
Seemed to have gone a bit deep into the corner, so I just jumped to it myself.
Here we go, Rob Smith trying to chase down at the end of the R straight. Very tight there, well driven both of them to keep that clean.
Just enough room around the outside there.
Just showing a few of our drivers on Monday who had a little ding dong there. You can be clean into turn 8. But we'll leave that comment there, we won't go any further.
Dorsey's pitted from P4. Obviously gone on to the mediums now. It's roundabout.
Oh, Rob Smith at the inside! He's gone deep though. Does that give someone the chance to come back? Jax is lurking as well. Let's watch on board from the Red Bull. Oh, wow! Done. Rob Smith's gone wide and Jax has gone past both of them. Oh wow, Rob Smith dropping it. Sam Bell then trying to avoid him. Jax was the big winner. As you say, Connor has pitted. This is the point now.
About the time for the hards anyway, about lap 16 or something, around that point.
It is. Toby, if he pits now, I believe will come out either just ahead or just behind Gav in P4. So, that shows the dominance. I know a lot of drivers have pitted already, but that just shows his dominance today.
And it doesn't help that he's got, it helps as well that he's in clean air and he's got no one around him, so he can just focus on his own race. Kaiser all over the back of Ghost Rider for P2, but these two have been second and third line astern for the past few laps, so it's gonna probably... Oh, Ghost Rider's coming in, but Kaiser stays out.
Indeed. Trying to play the undercut. The new tyre advantage here is huge, so that is crucial. If he doesn't do a deck on and drop it on the pit exit, he will be fine.
That promotes Gav into P3.
But let's watch the pit stop. It's nice every now and then just to watch the pit stop.
Everybody's at least a second plus, apart from Giban, who's all over the back of Scratch for the battle for 15th and 16th.
Now, interestingly, Boofy ahead of Ghost Rider, as is Doris. Bear in mind that Doris and Boofy were further down the order. Obviously, RS10 is way upfield from him as well. Interesting. So Ghost Rider, by going longer than all of those guys, lost big time. Does that mean Kaiser Soze is also about to suffer the same fate? And in turn, Gav will suffer the same fate, dropping down the order.
I think the only person that probably won't is Toby.
Toby's just protecting himself from the safety car.
Yeah.
Which, to be perfectly honest now, even if safety car does come out, and he does come into the pits, our race leader, even if safety car was to come out now, he'd still come out ahead of Kaiser Soze. 18 laps completed, he's 21 seconds clear. Marvellous job. Kaiser Soze, will he pit? No, he will take the lead of the race for the time being. Toby pops the mediums on, he's got rid of his hard. Now then.
Gav is looking to...
Gav will be behind Toby. Toby has maintained second place.
He's come out about 6 seconds behind Kaiser, but he'll have the fresh rubber, he'll have the quicker rubber, so he'll easily get that position back when Kaiser pits.
Indeed, and Toby's even got DRS off of Gav. Sorry, not Gav, sorry, off a single track. He's a lap down.
That'll help him in the defence against...
Oh, Rob Smith retires!
Where's
Rob
that?
Smith has retired. We've got a full safety car.
Safety.
Wow. Well, that's not what Toby wanted, but it is what the rest of us wanted, because we are running out of things to talk about.
It's what the stream needed more than anything, because, like you say, we were struggling to find things to talk about, but...
Toby will be furious.
Question, Chris.
Let's go.
Do we have to do a safety car chat?
Well, you can tell me your favourite move in the YMCA if you like.
Haven't got one.
Well, is it the Y, the M, the C, or the A? Come on, Carl, it's got to be the C.
It'd probably have to be, yeah.
Let us know in the YouTube chat what is your favourite part of the YMCA. This is the question that everyone wants to know the answer to. Calvin says he loves the new household. Ujoni, our tier 1 superstar, says hello.
Of course, Kaiser boxing for the mediums under the safety car, because why wouldn't you?
Gavin, by the way, breaking the law. Gav breaking the law and texting while driving.
5 penalty points.
Exactly. So Toby retakes the lead, which, with all due respect, he does deserve. Gav, actually, and Kaiser Soze are about to benefit massively here in that they're going to jump the order from where they would have been. Of course, you lose much less time under the safety car pitting than you would under normal racing conditions. Gav would have been well out of the points, similar to where Connor is in his position on track. Gav rejoins P6. Probably would have been 11th or 12th, he comes out in P6. Which, considering he's now on a nicer, newer set of tyres for the guys around him, that makes him dangerous. Kaiser Soze P3 on a brand new set of mediums. RS10 will need to watch behind him.
I mean, you can technically say Toby's on fresh mediums as well, because they've only done about one lap.
Exactly. Toby, right now...
Everybody on the mediums by Boothie and Jackstar.
Yeah, see, Dakar Verbal with another penalty. On Monday...
exit. Pit lane exit.
Exactly. Easily done here, though. Now, on Monday... We noticed those who did the safety car restart on hards had lots less pace than even the worn mediums.
Yeah.
It's horrible to give up track position, but the mediums are that much faster. Boothie has got good pace, but the cars behind him, they may swallow him up.
I mean, he's going to have his... mirrors full of a green Banshee at this restart.
Indeedy. Now back to the Haas. So Kelvin says he likes the Haas.
I said I do not.
I also agree with you. I'm not a fan. I think it's slightly too much.
It looks like
it's
a
too
blackjack.
Much.
You know the blackjack sweets?
Yes. Ooh. Kaiser Soze? Oh no, sorry, I lie. It was another Alpine. It was single track pitting. It looked like Kaiser Soze pitted, but it's single track. And Giban as well.
Probably thinking a fresh set of mediums here.
Yeah. Panic
rather
over.
Than actually, Martin's gone for the hard tyre. Probably hasn't got any fresh mediums left.
Well, that is a shame. I would rather...
You only get two sets of mediums, don't you?
Correct. I would rather go for the medium or the soft than the hards right now. Not sure the softs would last, but I'd rather go for them.
It'd be too much of a gamble for the softs.
We've got a yellow flag penalty.
Ignoring yellow flag.
That'll be for Gibbon coming out of the pits.
You guys. It'll probably be something for you guys to look at in the steward's room after.
Indeedy. Okay, so let's talk about something MRC related. Friday, MRCX. Oh, Scratch Charisma has just let Toby through. And then Toby's had to let him back through due to probably getting a legal overtake.
I don't want to be a stickler for the rule book, but Scratch has got to be careful because technically by right you got to do it at the end of the safety car period.
Yeah.
Per the rule book.
Oh, he's gone past the safety car now though. I think he's been allowed to pass the safety car.
Interesting. I couldn't remember that being programmed into the game.
It is. It's in there, but it's Anywho,
it's very rarely seen.
Yes. So Singapore on Friday, MRCX.
F2
Formula
cars,
2 cars. It is. Are you taking part?
Any other track? F2 cars, I usually enjoy them. At this track, I hate. So I'm thinking I've already put a cross down, so I'm giving this one a pass. Usually, if it's the F2 cars, I'll be like, yeah, I'll do it, but not here, thanks.
By the way, just a quick one. Red Car Rambo, Connor, and Dak Convertible have all had a collision, and some penalties have been shared out between them. Oh dear. Well, it's all bar Red Car. We're going to get at least one more lap because we've got an Alpha Tauri and a Williams at the back of the field.
And an Aston Martin that's not near the queue either because obviously Scratch got by the safety car, so he's got to race round and catch up to the back of the pack as well.
Oh dear, we need some drama.
Martin's in again, and so is Convertible.
Yeah, Martin picked up a bit of damage. I'm sorry, no, Dark Convertible picked up damage. Martin will be putting on the mediums.
Yeah. And as you're saying, Convertible picked up a tiny bit of damage.
Indeed. Gav says it's going to be spicy. Is it? Is Gav planning some secret missile caveat tactics?
Well, so far, Crashgate has worked.
Gav, if you've got the Russian hard bass music on,
we're going to have to nickname Gav flipping caveat.
Sugar bled.
Convertible on softs. I think he's gone caveat mode. He's got the every Russian bass line playing in the background.
Definitely. Right.
To reference a certain hedgehog, gotta go fast.
Is he gonna be Sonic fast, or is he just gonna be more like Dennis the Menace?
Knowing Convertible, Sonic Fast is not in his skill set.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Carl woke up on the angry side of bed and chose violence today. Safety car is in this lap. This Bernd Mylander's just had enough of waiting for Scratch Charisma to capture. So, Toby needs to really back the pack up, but also keep the tyre temperatures warm.
Where would you go on this restart, Chris?
I would do what Ujoni did on Monday. Ujoni did it perfectly. So after this little grandstand that you go under, there's a right-left chicane.
Yeah.
On that right-hander, not this right-hander, but the next right-hander, on the apex of this corner, when you hit the apex, no one else can get on the throttle, but you can here.
Yeah. But Toby's...
He's going now.
A little bit longer.
Oh, no, he's not. He faked it.
He's got to be careful when doing that, in my opinion.
He was doing a burnout, but he's gone right to the line. He's taken them all with him. Oh, wow, look behind. We've got a three abreast.
Proper jostling positions.
Three abreast. Oh, we got a collision. Oh, they've all just getting it going. No, Gav sideways. Wow. I don't know how Gav's still facing the right way, but...
Connor's gone.
Connor has gone. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, is Connor in the pits?
Yeah. Looks like it.
I don't know how Gav kept it going there, however. Gav is up to P4 now. Doris having a look at Kaiser Soze.
Boothie, P3. After that restart.
Just what he needed, was a great restart. Connor says he had rear wing damage, having been hit from behind. So he's retired in the pits to avoid causing a safety car. Gav all over Boothie like a tramp on ships. Like a warm ship bussy.
He's got so much better grip and traction in the corners with those mediums.
He does. Here we go, up the inside. Is Gav going to make it stick? He does. What a move.
I think there was a slight tap there with wheels as he was going through. But
that was clean. As far as I'm concerned, that was clean. Fair dinkum. Fair dinkum, Natalie dinkum.
Probably just the angle I had, so
it's a hell of a fight. Jackson, Doris, Keys, Soze and Boothie now all getting feisty.
RS down, keeping Toby. Yeah.
On it, we'll call him honest. Doris all up the inside of Kaiser Soze's gearbox there coming into the final corner. He could not be any closer if he tries. Here we go, into turn one. Round the outside, Doris on the inside for turn two, outside for turn three. Kaiser just gets the run and Doris has to back out this time. It looks to me like Gake has had a moment going into the grandstand that we got under.
I'm just watching the Banshee slowly creeping up onto the back of RS Dam.
Oh, it's got Kaiser all over Boothie. Is he going to have a move here? Oh, he backs out of it. He was having a look. Boothie's gone very wide. He's struggling for grip.
probably didn't get enough temperature into the hards behind the safety car for the restart, and he's trying to get him back up to temp again.
Here we go. Oh, Soze backs out of that one again into the Singapore sling. Soze needs to get the move done. He's under attack from Doris. He's got to get it done. Oh, Boothie, big slide. And that is Soze's invitation to get the move done. There's a slight tap on the rear. Contact. And now Soze needs to be very careful with Doris right behind him. Boothie shuts the door brilliantly. Soze will be crying in that cockpit. He's losing so much time to Gav ahead of him. He needs to get this move done. Gav's pulled over 4 seconds on them this lap. 4 seconds. That's how much they are losing. Speaking of Gav, as you mentioned, he is now all over the back of RS10. Right, back to Soze versus Booth.
Fastest car on track.
Gav not saying no to an opportunity for a late win. Who knows what will happen?
Oh, there's a person round on the exit of the final corner.
Yes, tie clear. Here we go. Will Keyser Soze finally get this one done? Boothie vulnerable on the exit there, 6. Sorry, out corner turn 5, hanging out into 6, and then the heavy brake is on 7. Will Soze get the move done? Soze at the inside.
Sorry to interrupt, Chris. Gav lined up around the outside of RS Dam.
RS round
the inside, and they had a slight touch as Gav came round the corner. I don't think that would be anyone's fault.
Closes round. Who's at the inside of Boothie, and then it looks like Doris might have clipped the rear of him. I'm sure we'll hear more later on. But that means Boothie holds on to P3. Doris now at the P4. As you say, Night Shadow now within 2 seconds of Toby.
We could have a scrap at last for the lead.
Finally. Gav looking to do a last to first. He's done last to second so far. 6 more laps to go. What could happen here? Oh, Gav's in the wall!
He's just hit the wall on the way through, on the exit of the corner.
Gav
no
pushing too hard. Well, that we can see Gav pushing a bit hard. Is there anything wrong with Toby's car, or is he just conserving?
I think Toby will be conserving.
He doesn't need to win this race.
Game.
He wants to win, obviously, for pride, but he doesn't need to.
His championship rival is down in P9. So as it stands, Toby would clinch the title. I think he'd be the first driver to win a title this season.
He is indeed on target to be the first title winner of season 9 in MRC. 6 titles available.
Dropping backwards on those hard tyres. Just seen him lost places to Ryan and RS Dam.
Easily done, those tyres. They're grippy and they're great, but they do go off. Oh, Dacon's out! Oh, he's in the pit lane. He's in the pit lane.
Yeah. Either Gav has got slight damage on the wing, or Toby's decided to wake up and decide to put his foot down again. Because it's 2.4 seconds roundabout.
Yeah, I think Gav's got damage from that collision with the wall for last lap.
He did hit that wall on the exit of the corner pretty hard. I'm surprised he didn't lose his wing altogether, to be honest, because he hit it with quite a bit of oomph.
Oomph. Say that again, Carl. Bit of what?
Oomph. Oomph.
What are you going to give it on Thursday? On Monday in Tier 2 in Japan?
Sod all.
No, you're going to give it some oomph, lad. Oh, Carly Rae Jepsen letting me down, son. Right, Doris has got past Boothie. Apologies, we've missed that. Ghost Rider back up to P5. Closely followed by the man, the myth, the Holcomb legends, Nico, red car, Holcomb Rambo. Here comes Ryan, great exit on the final corner. Surely he's about to take Ghost Rider to turn 1. He's up the inside, DRS activated. Brakes early though, Ghost Rider holds on.
I think Ryan will probably be waiting for the DRS straight after turn 5.
He can't wait forever because RS10 is lurking. 5 laps to go.
just to put a bit of a positive note on Booth's race, if he keeps around Doris's as he is, he will probably inherit P3.
He will. Toby, by the way, considering that Gav has a penalty, really doesn't need to worry, but he is extending his lead right now. Let's stick with the fight between Ryan and, of course, between Ghost Rider and RS10 as well. Mercedes, Red Bull and Williams, 3 teams you often see fighting together in real life F1. Well, here we go, Ryan round the outside of Ghost Rider, can he get the move done? Oh, lovely driving, Ryan.
Done.
Very nicely done, very clean.
Clean by both.
Beautiful. Indeed, lots of respect.
Like to see it.
Lots of respect. Now, RS Rashidam will look to try and get a move done on Ghost Rider as well. Ooh, Rashid just keeps it out of the wall. Ooh, tie clear. Tie clear, I believe, is in the wall.
That turn 14?
It is.
Dorsey. Doris, fastest man on track.
Still the Explorer, flying along.
Yeah.
Ooh, RS10 inside turn 1. Ghost Rider just hangs on. Oh my gosh, wow. The drag, the difference that Ghost Rider had in comparison to RS10. RS10 just drove past him while he wasn't there. And who's this coming to play? A lap down, nonetheless. Oh, that's not, so I like... They're back on Casey Soze. I'm so sorry when I'm talking rubbish. Casey Soze hangs on. RS10 ahead of Ghost Rider now. Needs to really get on with it.
Bailey with a Murrayism. Fantastic.
5 lights, 5 laps, there you go. There's my Murrayism of the day. If you know, you know.
Just to put you in on penalties, Chris, because I've just
yes, let's have a little flick.
Gav 3 seconds, Doris 3 seconds, Jackster 3 seconds, Sambal 3 seconds, Tyclear 3 seconds, Scratch on 8, and Givan 3 seconds.
Crucially, Danny Booth has fallen out of the penalty range to Dorsey. Single track now with the fastest lap of the race. He is on the soft tyre, the only person on track on the soft tyre. We've got just 3 more laps to go now that Toby's crossed the line. Ooh, very twitchy from Boothie there. And now Ryan of Red Car's coming for another battle with him. Ooh, yellow flag.
RS Dan round.
No, that's not RS Dan.
He just lost 2 places.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at... Oh, apologies, McLaren pits. I lied.
No, it weren't. It was getting out of the way of Red Car and Booth. Went right over to the inside, so completely out of the way. I'm
clearly oblivious and blind. Here we go. Ryan is surely going to get a move done on Boothie here. DRS wide open. Here we go, up the inside. Nice and easy move. DRS does the job.
Boothie not really having to fight that, because obviously after the race finishes, Ryan will be getting a 4-place demotion with being a higher tier driver.
Correct. So back to Toby, 2.5 laps to go. He's 5 seconds clear. This reminds me of Hamilton in Turkey 2020. A dominant, classy performance after a little bit of drama. To win the title.
To clinch the, to win the title, I just wish a certain German had a good races in a green car, but he had that one in Baku, but hey ho, the car was crap this last season, so he couldn't really do it with it.
Pass. Could be worse. Could be a Haas.
I think you could practically say Toby's on a flipping. He's going to be on lap of honour after this one, really, because no one's been able to get anywhere near him apart from a certain bit of assistance from the safety car to back him up. But apart from that,
Well, that's the thing. This season, let's give him some credit where it's due. Tier 3 this season, there has been one standout driver. Boothy's been quick. Kaiser Soze's been quick. Ghost Rider's been quick. Rob Smith has been quick. B17's been quick. But there are more.
Been
but
quick and consistent.
He's been consistently quicker than the quick guys. So, Toby, well, I mean, he's not crossed the line yet, so can't quite say it yet. But he's driven fantastically, and let's give him the airtime he deserves.
I've got a new nickname for Toby because I've just thought of it.
Quick Dick?
The Swedish Sweat.
The Swedish Sweat. Coming from the Silverstone Sweat. You thought I was going to forget to get that in, didn't you?
I was hoping you didn't.
Yeah, well. Fanning told me I had to say
the
it.
bullet, as they say.
Oh yes, oh yes. So let's go on board with Toby for his final lap of the race. There isn't a significant battles going on right now, so we will follow the race leader as he surely brings home the championship with a dominant end to this race. He's not pushing.
Do you think we'll get plenty of Sues in the general chat after this?
I assume so.
Shame on you.
I had to get a pun in there. Toby, not pushing particularly hard. He doesn't need to. He's got a big lead. He just needs to bring this home. Job done. Oh, finally the helicopter shot overhead. Lovely stuff.
Just a bit of positive stuff for the Tier 3 drivers, because Toby, I can't remember if it were yesterday or a few days before, but he has said if he seals the title today, but he more or less should have said when. Every race after this one, from now on, he's going to be starting at the back.
Well, I think that's only fair.
He's got the job done, hasn't he? So
That's
fair play on that.
Only
I mean,
fair.
he did start last once with a quali ban. I think that was, I can't remember which one it was, but he literally went last to first on that one, so he has done it already.
Miami, maybe? Either way.
I think it was Miami, yeah, because I think I was on comms with
Round the final quarter,
anyway,
Toby crosses the line. Race winner and the Tier 3 champion of Season 9. Congratulations to Toby Bunstorp. Well deserved. Second place today, Night Shadow. Let's not take away from him. Last to second. Stunning drive. Doris P3 in the AlphaTauri. Quiet race for him, but he brings it home. Boothy, the next one to come around the final corner. Close, followed by Kaiser Soze and Red Car Rambo to ride out the top 6. Then Ghost Rider, my pick for potential winner. Didn't quite work from today. P7. Jackster, P8. Oh, Sandbox lost his wing. On the last lap. Oh, Sam.
Are Williams trying some new aero tactics?
Broken Willy. It's a broken Willy.
Think of that as you will.
Ouch.
Even Ty Clear's missing a wing.
What is it at the end of the lap here at Singapore?
I think everyone's like, oh, it's the last lap, let's have some fun.
Rotterdam,
RS10 takes the fastest lap on the last, and gets P10, so he gets 2 points.
Bonus, Brucey bonus. Scratch Charisma will come home P12. Single Tracks already 14th for lap down.
Give yourself a shiny. Fastest lap, bonus point. Give yourself a shiny.
And then the last 2 to cross the line will be Givan, P13 a lap down. He tiptoes over the line. Little weave, we love to see it. And then, of course, last but not least, is Geke. He's got a little weave as well. And there we have it.
No, you didn't, Martin. It got stole from you.
So, driver of the day. The game's given it to Night Shadow. I have two candidates I'd like to recommend for it.
I think we're going to have a joint driver of the day in this one.
Yeah, and I think we're both going to be. I think we both are thinking the same thing here.
Toby and Gav.
Yeah, that was my thought exactly. Toby with the dominant drive to win the title, but Gav last a second, stunning. So yeah, our drivers of the day are Toby and Gav, P1 and P2 at the end of this race. They both were in another league today.
Last a second for Gav. He'll be screaming for that one.
Oh yes. Fantastic drive from both of them. And of course, big up to Doris and Boothie as well. Very good drives from both of them. Great driving all rounds. Bit of chaos, I'm sure, here in the stewards room. Of course, all results are provisional. Steward inquiries can change a few things around. But the top three I've mentioned, Boothie, Kaiser Soze, Red Car Rambo, Ghost Rider Jackster, Sambal and RS10 round out your top 10. And of course, don't forget Ty Clear, Scratch Charisma, Giban, Single Track, Geke Dakon, Connor, Rob Smith, Stringy B and B17 all did play their part today in the race. Fastest lap to RS10, Rasha putting in the pace at the end.
And obviously finishing the top 10, so he gets that bonus point, crucially getting in the top 10 for it.
They all add up at the end of the season.
Every little helps.
Thank you, Tier 3, for what was an incredible race. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in to watch, and thank you, Carl, my friend. It's been a pleasure and a privilege. And he said a pleasure and a privilege to spend
Get your
an hour and a half with you. Hey, that's what she said. But anyway, I'll keep it clean from here. It's been a privilege, my friend. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Thank you very much. And join us at Tier 4 in just 15 minutes' time. Thank you and good night.